The Biden administration has granted less than 100 religious exemptions in total for our men and women in uniform since imposing its COVID-19 vaccine mandates for all military service members. The administration even went as far as to kick out over 650 service members so far for refusing the COVID jab. And this is now the rest of the world is moving on, and we know that first off, those in this category of military service are usually in the prime of their life. They're some of the healthiest people. And guess what? They actually get the virus and they have greater immunity moving forward, natural immunity. It's more versatile than the vaccine itself. But if you thought that was bad, now the administration has gone a step further. Earlier this week, U.S. Solicitor General, who argues cases on behalf of the federal government, filed an emergency motion asking the U.S. Supreme Court to stay a preliminary injunction issued in January. Now, the preliminary injunction stopped the Department of Defense from punishing First Liberty Institute's clients, 35 Navy SEALs and other special warfare personnel who have religious objections to the department's vaccine mandate. Here with us with the latest on this case is First Liberty Institute's Director of Military Affairs and fellow former Marine, Mike Berry. Mike, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be back with you.
All right. So just to bring everybody up to speed on this, your clients, 35 Navy SEALs and special warfare individuals, wanted to get a religious exemption. You filed on their behalf, and that is making its way through. But in the meantime, they were being targeted by the Department of Defense, by the Navy, being basically persecuted. You went back to court on their behalf in the Fifth Circuit, and the Fifth Circuit said, hey, leave them alone. You cannot take these actions against them. Now the federal government back in court saying, no, we don't want this in place. We want to be able to do whatever we want to do to them. Is that basically a layman's interpretation?
Yeah, that's right. You know, people have asked us, why is this case going to the Supreme Court? And the simple answer is because the Department of Defense doesn't like losing. And they've been losing every step of the way in this case. First Liberty has been beating them. We've been winning this case on behalf of our clients, and I would even say on behalf of many others who have been emboldened and encouraged by it. And now the Solicitor General of the United States, just as you said, the attorney who argues cases on behalf of the United States has had to step in. They're going to try to save the day for the Biden administration and the DOD, and they're trying to get the Supreme Court to now intervene and reverse the preliminary injunction that was issued back in January that, just as you said, Tony, stops the Navy from punishing 35 Navy SEALs simply because they have a religious objection to the vaccine.
You know, Mike, as a Marine, you understand it is in times like this where we see what's happening in Ukraine that the American public is more sensitive to the fact we need a strong military. We need men and women who are willing to, lay their lives on the line for the benefit of others. And, no one does that better than our special forces, which have been called upon disproportionately in the last couple of decades. And here you have Navy SEALs who are really kind of heroes. They are being targeted by the government because they won't get a vaccine. I mean, how long will the federal government drag this out when the rest of the world has moved on?
Well, we certainly hope that the Supreme Court does nothing here, right? I mean, what's in legal terms, we are the prevailing party. First Liberty and our SEALs is the prevailing party in this case. So obviously, we think the decision of the district court and the Fifth Circuit's decision, they got it right on the law, and those decisions should be left alone. But if the Supreme Court does decide to intervene, we hope that they issue a ruling once and for all that declares for the entire military, you do not forfeit your religious freedom when you put on the uniform of the United States. The very freedoms that our service members are fighting and putting their lives on the line to protect, they do not forfeit those rights just because they join the military. And you're exactly right, Tony. What's happening in the Ukraine is showing the entire world how important it is to have every person available, ready, willing, and able to fight. And this vaccine mandate has nothing to do with health, with vaccines, with epidemiology. It has everything to do with the political ideology and power. This is a power grab by our government.
Yeah, I mean, the science has shown that to be the facts. Mike, before we run out of time, the Supreme Court in this in their decision, whether they stay out of it, could this backfire in the federal government, where the federal government's stepping in saying, "Look, we want the Fifth Circuit order to be eliminated"? Could the Supreme Court say, "All right, this is it. No more of these mandates on our nation's military"?
They certainly could. Obviously, that would be going broader than the actual case that's in front of them. I mean, really, the question before the Supreme Court is, are they going to stay the preliminary injunction on behalf of these 35 Navy SEALs? The court could go broader than that, or they could just decide to do nothing and say, no, we're going to leave that stay in place. And like I said, if they do decide to intervene, then they should say once and for all, you do not give up your religious freedom just because you join the military. You and I both know that as Marines, Tony, and I think everybody who's serving understands that. And it's high time that the administration gets the message too.
Absolutely. And Mike Berry, appreciate all that you and First Liberty Institute do on behalf of religious freedom in this country, and especially for our men and women who continue to serve in our nation's military. Always great to talk with you.
Thanks, Tony. Great to be with you.